Every time you don't film, something cool happens. Something interesting. One, the fire started trying to kick up. That hasn't been burned in over a week. We threw all that firewood over there, and guess what? It decides to start burning. So we had to hustle and move everything out of the way. Another cool thing, I'm up here fixing the soffit that's coming down up there. Wouldn't you know it? I've never seen this. I don't know if you can see that little critter. There's a little flying squirrel. I had no idea we had flying squirrels. I've never seen flying squirrels around here. I beat on that soffit and boom, about six or seven of them come flying out of there. Oh my goodness. Freaked them and me out. We were all like, what the world's going on? He's still hanging. One's hanging. A bunch of them flew off into the woods, but that guy's still hanging on. I don't know. Kind of cool. He don't want to leave. I don't know if you can see him. I hope you can see him. Kind of cool, but I didn't know they were going to bite or what they were going to do when I got up here. Freaked me that world out, I'll tell you that. Let's see if there's anybody else home. If any flew back up in there. No, apparently not. Well, you can see part of their nest right here. They're getting up in the insulation. Oh, he left. Well, at least they didn't attack me. That's good. I don't know if they bother you or not. I didn't even know we had them. I'm beating on it for bees, thinking I'm going to get stung. Maybe Davey's right. I better be careful where I put my hands. Oh, that one broke off. I gotta get this apart so I can fix it. So I think they were just living up in the void. I'm gun shy now. Any babies? Well, there's part of their nest right there. If you can see it down in there. I guess I better knock it out. Oh, they had a happy home. It was cool to see him gliding on out of here. That was pretty neat. But sorry guys, gotta relocate. Well, lays up in there better. They're not going to be very happy with me. Oh, that early came down. Look at that, solid wood. So why in the world was that pulled out for? Some greedy squirrels did it. Well, somebody used trim nails instead of roofing nails to nail the J-channel up. That's part of the problem. Really wish I'd have got that on camera. That was just cool as cool could be. Fun trying to do this out of work. I can't even nail it. There it is. That looks a lot better. There's one little spot over there, but I don't know if I want to fix it or not tonight. I mean, that's the only bad spot in the whole house as far as that goes. So I'll throw a couple more nails in it. Hopefully nothing else crazy will happen. We'll clean up, call it a day. Well, we've done a few things since we took the big monster down. We'd had a fire a week earlier in the fire pit over here. I had to rush over and dig it out because after we threw the logs and tree on it, it started catching. Thank goodness I have an excavator here. Anyhow, power company made a runway. It's pretty big. Wide open now. I cut a lot of trees down. I've been dragging this up, clearing this up. That pile there was clear down by the road. I went down there and drug it up that far. I'm going to drag it up the rest of the way today. But yeah, there's no problem finding the house now. I don't know why I took that much out. I mean, this one tree that was here, that one was leaning over the power lines and would have probably eventually hit the house. So probably was a good thing. And what I did down here was I formed a wall. That's going to be a form. And that I gotta find out from Pat how far out he wants to come this way. But basically, I'm going to dig some of this on the outside out, make another form, and we're only going to pour concrete up so far, and then he'll finish blocking the rest of it. And it's going to be pretty thick because you figure that was a thick wall. And we got it all the way into here. Walk in the house and show you what we got there. Probably still another 2 weeks till I get my windows in, so I gotta wait on those yet. And we got some more stuff jacked up. It's a lot better right in through there. We're pretty much within an inch everywhere, but when go upstairs, and if you look back at the other video, you'll see the header is really wonky on that one room upstairs. It's level, so we've got a win there. Yeah, so this wall here is going to be permanent right through here, and I took that old divider wall off. This wall is staying for now, and this is just a temporary wall here. And this concrete will go along here. So hopefully you get the idea. If not, you will whenever we go to the next stage. And there's a hole here that steps down in, but eventually I'll fill that with concrete. I got the jack out. That was fun. All this was fun. I mean, I should have videoed this, where the chute was and the concrete. This was all full of concrete all the way through here. We had to hand chisel and pry, and we got it out. But it was an absolute nightmare. And this was no fun either. That jack was in there really good. But I'll probably come and make some kind of a doorway through here. You'll be able to come in here and then on into the electrical room. So it'll end up working out nicer, I think, because that way this will be a room here. This will be a nice big room in here. And once we take that block out, we'll have a room over there. So there's plenty of space. Trust me. It'll be fun. All right. So back to work. back for you guys. I'll leave you alone. Might get attacked at night out here. Come on, log. My wife scared up some deer when she walked down here a few minutes ago before I started. All right, all this mess to clean up yet. Get in there. Started all the way down there, so. Well, I got a lot of work to do. Put you over here. So I don't think I told you guys, one of the big contributing factors to buying this property, maybe I did or didn't, is my dad worked in that rail yard, that's a train yard right there across the street. And as a kid, I used to go with him to work. That was on one side of the rail yard in one of those Armstrong towers. I'll take a picture of the other one he worked at, try to post it on here. It was called UN Tower on CSX, and didn't need anybody in any towers before, but the towers were really tall because they had rods running down them and needed leverage. You had big levers that you pulled to switch the tracks, and it was really cool. And some of them were really hard to move because they might be a mile or more long, and it's all just rods running along parallel to the tracks. And so they had to keep them lubed up and working well. There was a guy that just took care of the switches. That's all he did. And old Miles, that was his name. Anyway, it was fun going there to the rail yard when I could. And back in the day, you could do that, you know. They didn't care. I mean, they're moving trains around in the rail yard, and as a kid, my dad would call on the radio to the guys moving train cars around. Engineer, yeah, bring them on down. I'll let them run the engine for a while. So I'd get to move cars around the rail yard. You can't do that today. You get fired. But back then, I just climbed right up into the locomotive with the engineer and moved cars around. It was great. But I do remember playing in a caboose one day. Dad didn't even know where I was at. I'm just playing, and all of a sudden I felt the train couple up to an engine, and I was up in the upper part of the bunks up there on top of the caboose, and well, I scrambled down in a heartbeat, and by the time I got down and tried to get out of there, it was actually already starting to move. They were going to take me off to the next rail yard. Then my dad really would have wondered where I was at. Explain that to him. How did your son get over in this other town, right? It was great times though, back then. Do whatever you wanted. They had little packs of dynamite with little strips on it that you could attach to the rail. If no signaling or anything didn't work, you would strap it around the track, and if the engine came by and hit the pack, it would detonate and make it not loud enough, you know, loud enough to hear, but not strong enough to derail the train. And the engineer would know that something's up, and he would stop the train, put it in emergency. But the cool thing too, like I said, my dad also flipped houses. I hope he'd be proud of me for doing this. This is way beyond any scope that he ever did, I know that. But my mom and dad definitely took on some pretty big projects. I'm pretty impressed with what they had done, with the skills they had. But think he'd probably be proud of me doing this. Especially since, like I said, it's right there. In fact, the actual rail yard is just down the street. And my grandfather worked in the roundhouse. And back in the day, they had roundhouses. You've probably seen what they are for the engines where they worked on them. And they had a turntable. The turntable turn around and line up the engine with a certain bay in the building so that they can work on it. And my grandfather was a boiler maker, so he spent his days inside a steam engine boiler welding in there, and ended up losing his hearing and had, I don't know, he really had black lung, but he definitely had some lung issues from it. It didn't kill him, but cancer got him. So this is kind of like home turf for me. And I went by this place so many times, going to work with my dad and doing other things. And I said, there's got to be something up there. I'd look through the trees, and I couldn't see nothing. It was dead of winter, you could hardly see it. Of course, now we're going to see it with this big opening here, but it can't be helped. So many people go, I didn't know there was a house up there. But I remember seeing it one day. I was like, that's so cool. Too much talking, not enough paying attention. One of the stories my dad tells me about in the rail yard in that roundhouse, though, is like when my dad started, they actually still had the roundhouse. They were just phasing steam engines out and going to the electric diesels. And they still would work on them down there, and there would be a guy in a little booth on the turntable of the roundhouse to control it. It was that winter, and the guy got out, did something, came back in, and he had his wet boots on, and he always would put his feet up on the electric heater. And my dad's looking one day, and the turntable's going round and round and round and round, and he's like, what in the world is this guy doing? He jumps down, jumps on the turntable, opens the door, guy was electrocuted. He put his, I don't know, I'm laughing, it's not funny, but yeah, they finally got him. His boots melted the snow off and right down into the electric heater. I wonder why they don't have those anymore. At least not like that. Oh my. Told me a lot of other accidents, but I'm not going to tell you about them all because some of them were kind of bad. But definitely a dangerous job. It's probably better now with all the safety. Redundancies and all that stuff now, but trying to get this out of here before Penn Power comes through and runs the cabling, because I don't want to be in their way. And next week they're supposed to set the pole across the street, and they actually got to run the I thought there's, you know, transmission wires right down there across the street, just run them from there, but they said no, they have to run them clear down from the house down the road. So they got to pull cable too. But I'm hoping can have some power next week. That would be nice, especially since it's getting darker earlier, darker and colder. And I'll be able to get those last couple logs around that tree. Yeah, it was fun though growing up. I never knew it was going to happen. I might wake up in the morning and find my parents tearing out walls or changing things around or saying we're moving, or kept it interesting. This old 3-story house we bought. Man, did it need a lot of work. But it was, that wasn't worth the diesel moving this piece of log. My mom took had like 4 coats of paint on the handrail and all the woodwork and everything, and so she took a blowtorch and melted it all off of there and gave it a nice kind of a patina. It looked really, really good. Then she cleared it. Looked really cool. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to move down to get those other guys. I don't like this around here. I've rutted it up. It's getting pretty steep. It's gonna drop me. Great. Yep. Sure is. This guy with me. Counterbalance. That's the other reason I want to get this all off here before we get into a lot of rain and mucking, and I won't be able to get in here and do this. Get it while the ground's good. Alright, let's give this guy a whirl here. See if I can move this thing or not. Oh yeah. It's a gal. Of course it'll move it. Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. I foresee you guys getting knocked down. Gotta move you guys again. Going too quick here. Well, that goes to the blooper reel. Tripped on a twig, it flung up and hit the camera and knocked it over. Couldn't have done that if I tried. I'm good. Accidentally. Gotta love it. I foresee some cutting in my future. good. I hit my, well, just a shield on the cylinder, but forgot about that sticking up. Thank goodness it hit there, not on the elbow. Fitting there. Let me reposition because I don't want to do that again. I'm still on my way here. I don't like. No wonder they cut this tree down. It's got a funky crook at the end there. And more vines. I've been fighting vines, I'll tell you. Pain in the neck. They get caught on everything. Under my thumb. You'd have liked that camera angle if you were in here with me. I got that as close as I could possibly get that to the cab without going in the cab. And almost took you out. That was close. Yeah, you guys almost got to wear a green suit. Leaves being green. Beats running a chainsaw. It's kind of half dead. Well, something broke. You guys out. And like a Timex, still ticking. Move you a little more out of the firing line there. Well, pretty good transformation here. Got all that cleaned up. All ready for the power company to come in. Save some rocks. Got quite a pile of trees here. Where you at?
I'm in here. Those are the conundrums.
Conundrums?
Conundrums.
Conundrums. What's the conundrum, little girl?
It looks like a big room, but once you start putting anything in it, well, now something else doesn't fit.
There's enough room for a laundry and a toilet and a
In
shower.
what area? You gonna put the toilet right here by the door?
No.
Eek! I mean, not that they didn't have glass in here anyway for some reason, but well, it was a
No, I would make the laundry room right here as you come in. The laundry room will be right over here.
How?
And then the bathroom will be all.
That's what I thought, and I love the idea of a tub here because I was like in the tub, most gorgeous view of the entire property.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Tub, toilet, and sink.
I have played with that idea. I even thought, okay, when you come in, have the tub even this way or this way. I don't care. But I like a partition.
All right, this may take a while. All right.
Bye. You asked.
This is the fun part. No, that'll be good.